You jibber jab, bamboozle, nuka, noozle, bippity bop, she-call. You jibber jab, bamboozle, nuka, noozle, bippity bop, she-call. I mean, you keep on talking, but you don't know where to turn it off.
Welcome to the weekend. I'm Jon Caldara, president of the Independence Institute. This joke worked better before the tape bust. Tonight on Independent Thinking, hot chicks in the media, hot for me. See, it just didn't work as well the second time.
Well, probably because we weren't hot chicks. The first time it was such shock when you said it.
Yeah, exactly.
That one's the hot chick. I'm not.
Lynn Bartels from the Denver Post. From the Denver Post. It's so great having a one newspaper town. Susan Greene, so glad to have you with us.
Good to be here.
Back when you guys actually, when you had a beat and actually had to work for a living instead of just whining about how women are oppressed by men.
And eating bonbons. Constantly.
Constantly eating bonbons at the Denver Post bonbon factory. You actually covered the mayoral campaign 2003, was it that long ago? And you covered the city politics after that. And you covered city politics for, there was this other rag that was in town for a while. I don't remember the name.
Beloved.
The Beloved.
Your Beloved. You got more coverage then.
Are you kidding? I love the Rocky Mountain News.
We were your outlet.
I know, it was like my own personal PR machine. It was terrific.
Then it's good it closed.
Post sucks, man. All right, now that Ritter has announced for governor, I know the party line. Hickenlooper has done it. I know the party line. Party line is doesn't matter to us. Hickenlooper, Ritter, doesn't matter. The one and same. Dick Wadhams come up with the term Hicken Ritter. I'm sorry, I don't buy it. I believe Scott McGinnis's job just got a whole lot tougher in the last couple weeks. You agree?
Well, Hickenlooper, and I keep saying like Mick Looper and all that now. I'm all messed up here.
Mick and Hickenlooper?
Something like that.
And Ritter.
Hick is very popular with the business community. I think that John Hickenlooper is going to be able to go up 17th Avenue and get donations where Scott had a lock. I mean, Scott's got some advantages. He can be, I'm the outlying guy. I'm the Western Slope. He knows probably state issues a little bit better than John does. He knows, well, look, a lot of this is oil and gas, and a lot of it is those things. He can talk about that with his eyes closed. But John's this quirky, likable guy. And there's a thing about McGinnis that some people still don't trust him, including the Penry people.
Scott hasn't swayed his base well enough. I mean, right now, since he has no real competition from his right, he is moving to the middle. And I'm worried that he hasn't gone to his base and said, listen, guys, we're cool. Let me run to the center. And a lot of the base who are still Penry supporters are scratching their heads, and I'm worried about that. But I want to get back to Ritter. Now, you're a big Ritter fan.
Hickenlooper.
Did the news not get to the Independence Institute?
It was the Dick Wadhams line. It's worked.
Yeah,
There's supplanted in there. All right.
Just say governor, and that might be easier for you.
Has McGinnis's job just gotten a lot harder?
First of all, McGinnis's challenge is what it's always been. It's his own tongue and his own 2 feet. He'll stumble over himself. The man is a walking id. And so that would have been a challenge, yes, with Ritter, probably more of a challenge with Hickenlooper. This whole quirky thing about Hickenlooper, that worked in 2003. Hickenlooper is a marketing guy. He is all brand. He could market himself in 2003 as, hi, I'm John, Mr. Smith goes to Washington, I don't own a suit. We know now the guy's got many suits, and he has a record now, and I just don't see the quirk like I saw in 2003. So I'm not sure that it's, quirk versus McGinnis. It's McGinnis versus McGinnis, I think. That's his big...
Tell me more. What is McGinnis going to do to run against himself? What's the issue?
I just think the guy, he's like Archie Bunker, basically like a little more Tom Selleck than Archie Bunker. But Archie Bunker, no, I mean, yeah, he's like you. Nobody would vote for you, and you'd make all sorts of gaffes and mistakes and inappropriate comments.
You know what's sad is you would vote for me.
You would. You would.
See, look at that smile. Go ahead, zoom in on that smile. Zoom right now. Oh, you missed the smile.
Because you're an independent thinker, and so am I.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, right.
No, it's the
biceps.
biceps.
And I'm totally hot for you, as you say it.
Exactly. Yeah. No, so does it not matter then for Wadhams to say it's Hickenlooper? Well, is that true?
Wadhams had to say Hicken-Ritter because Wadhams has spent 3 years bashing Bill Ritter every chance he could for things big and small, and all of a sudden you've spent all this capital and it's gone. I mean, you had to tie Hickenlooper to Ritter because that's been your strategy for 3 years. Bill Ritter is so evil. Bill Ritter raised taxes and never went to the people. Well, I thought John Hickenlooper had a great line in his announcement when he talked about the things that we did to make this city more livable. We went to the voters and we asked them to do things to make the city more livable. There have been tax increases, but guess what? They were brought to the voters. Isn't that what you guys say you want? So he did what Dick's been complaining about for 3 years. So Wadhams has to tie him to Ritter somehow. Otherwise, he's wasted 3 years.
But there's an argument to be made. They're both sort of third-way Democrats. If you could call Hickenlooper a true Democrat, I think that remains to be seen. They're both sort of triangulating, very moderate, consensus-building types. I mean, they're in terms of their politics. Although, again, I think
are you high, lady? Very moderate? I will challenge you to find a mayor in Denver history that has been more successful in raising taxes and raising debt than John Hickenlooper. Since he gets general elections twice a year, both May and November, because of the way it works in the city and county of Denver, that's given him twice the opportunity. The guy's dropped out of the sky to poke a hole through Tabor. He's ridden on choo-choo trains to pass fast tracks. He's run around like a Sesame Street character.
That's what the chamber wanted, and that's what he delivered. That doesn't make him
and that's what
a
Tabor
liberal.
allows.
Well, yeah, of course that's what Tabor allows.
And may
I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is to say he is moderate and business friendly. Yeah, he's business friendly to the corporate interests in the chamber who make money off of public works projects, but from passing pro-comp to a new jail to A through G or F or I, I beg you to name one mayor.
You know,
name
he's super
one
liberal.
mayor who has done more to raise taxes in Denver history.
John, will you tell tell all 4 of your viewers who was the chairman of some of those campaigns? A guy by the name of Bruce Benson, chairman of the Colorado Republican Party.
It's Denver. It's still Denver. It's what people wanted, and the city was flush with money. And Wellington Webb didn't get them
Isn't
done.
that what Tabor is? Let the people talk. Now all of a sudden it's bad.
No, I'm not saying he didn't do it legally. He did it legally, and I'm glad he went through Tabor. I was saying this. I asked a question. What mayor has been able to raise taxes and debt more successfully than Hickenlooper?
Move on. Which measure do you take so much umbrage with?
We couldn't answer that unless we researched it, and you just threw this. I'm not going to throw a name out.
What was the initiative that you had a big problem with?
Let's see, referendum C, referendum D, fast tracks, pro-comp,
Wait, wasn't
jail.
Ref C and Ref D supported by your Republican governor, Bill Owens?
It sure was. But who pushed it over the side? Who pushed, let's face it, and fast tracks. All right.
We digress.
No. I take you on the point where you call this man, only to you would he be a Democrat that's moderate.
Touche.
All right. So, all right, to the socialists out there, he is a moderate Democrat, but to Americans, he's a good tax and spend guy.
And Denverites definitely aren't Americans, right?
That's true. I'll concede that. Does this make it harder? I think this makes it a lot harder for McGinnis. I know you think McGinnis will just implode on himself. I'm not certain. McGinnis is a good campaigner. He loves
He's a good
to campaign.
And the best thing that happened to him was Josh Penry dropping out. And Penry is, I laugh because they say his job now is campaign manager for McGinnis. He is guiding him. Well, I was talking to Scott last night when the news came that Bill Ritter dropped out, and Scott and I were saying we have to do this, this, and this. I mean, the best thing Scott McGinnis has going for him right now is a guy by the name of Josh Penry, who's urging his supporters to vote for him, who is backing him heavily, who is guiding him on issues. And I mean, I think and let's talk about the thing we haven't talked about. You can be Hickenlooper and have the whole world in love with you, and that'd be great if it were 2008. But this year is so bad for Democrats that I think John, no matter, even if he's John Hickenlooper, the guy who gets all these tax increases through, but it's a horrible year to be a Democrat, and he still is a Democrat, even if it's yet to be seen how much of a Democrat he is. That's Scott's biggest advantage, the national wave.